Man, y'all 50 years old now. Like, did y'all already go and apply for your AARP card? Like, let me know the experience. I got a couple more years before I can go get mine. But nah, my name is Dewayne, aka Julio. But on air, I went by DJ Trifecta and eventually just Trifecta because I had to show respect to actual DJs, so I had to drop the DJ because it would be unfair to them. So that's who I am. I started at WHCJ in 2003. Walked in off the streets. It was literally the first week going into that semester because I was a non-traditional student. I had got out of the military in November of '02. So by January '03, I was walking on campus and starting my new journey at Savannah State. So within the first week, I stumbled into WHCJ and saw this light skinned lady behind the desk that she was like she ain't know what to make of me because I'm just me. I just ooze me, and it don't always come off cool to the other person, and I don't think it rubbed Grace the right way. What inspired me to get involved with WHCJ? Um, Really my passion for radio. They told me I could be a part of a hip hop show, which I'm a hip hop guy, so and I could talk on air and be on radio. I would do it for free, so I was all for it. Now, what they didn't tell me was that there were going to be 8 other bodies in this room, and I wasn't really going to say more than a line for the first 3 months, and I didn't. And it was fine because I got to learn everybody, learn how the show went, and see where I could fit in because we was all pieces to the puzzle. We all had our own thing we would do and how we did it. I mean, we had at some points 5 people, all the way down to just me and Will, and then eventually it was just Will because life was life, and then people, moved on. I moved on, the whole thing. What was the title of your show and its purpose? Well, the title of our show was Tiger Beats. The purpose, we never sat down and talked about it. I just kind of figured out what it was. The purpose, and I think we all had our own purpose behind what it meant to us, right? And what we felt like it was doing. For me, one, I felt like the purpose was to be a teaching ground for me, and in return, I would do a good show. I really did research stories. I learned how to do that. I came in prepared. I would get there early, stay to the very end because a lot of people, because it's a college radio show, they feel like they ain't got to stay. I actually really did that. Really showed up, really did the work, and really learned how to more or less put together a radio show. It's some stuff you're not going to know doing a college radio show, but for the most part, that was breeding grounds for anybody who took it serious in order to walk into a station and have some skill set and some understanding of what to do a radio show. You have all the stuff right there if you really did it. And Will really put in a lot of time and effort into it, so he really just showed me the ropes and I picked it up. Can you share a memorable moment or experience from your time at the station? BET did the college tour thing where they would come through where they had hits and stuff at the time, and at the time, Big Gip and Ali did that album together, and Currency, I think he had just really started coming out and stuff, so he was starting to pop, and we got to interview them. Now I had to be their taxi cab to go down and get them from the gymnasium, from the gym and stuff, and brought them back up. So I didn't actually get to do the interview. Somebody kind of got in my way with that one. Yeah, but whatever. But I did get to meet them though, because I'm a fan of Goody Mob, fan of the St. Lunatics, so it was dope to meet them. Currency, didn't really know who he was, but it was cool to meet him. But I think the dopest moment I got up there was the ability to sit in, and I asked a question or two to Roxanne, the real Roxanne Shante. So that was really one of the dopest moments. She came through on a book tour, and she came up to the show, and Will got the interview and allowed me to graciously be in the room and be able to be a part of it. So it was really dope to be able to talk to Miss Roxanne Shante and really be a part of that interview. So that was really one of the dope experiences that I could actually say I talked to, for all intents and purposes, a hip hop legend. What advice would you give to students who are interested in joining. Go hard. Treat it like a real job. I have a son that's actually getting ready to come to Savannah State for media. And I tell him all the time, go hard. Like, literally, go hard. That's it. Go hard. Get advice and go hard. Because nobody can coach effort. If you got effort, we can steer your passion. We can help you critique the technical things wrong, but we cannot give you that passion. And that passion is the one thing that gets you over the top. Because I'm going to tell you, sometimes this thing gets tedious, man, and like repetitive, mundane. Like, it ain't all rainbows and lollipops and like you gonna be meeting this celebrity and doing this. Nah, not at all. But I will tell you what that hard work will get you. What that hard work got me was work ethic and know-how. So when I did intern in the top 8 market in Atlanta, what I did was walk away with a job. Now, I did have to put in time. I interned for a year and a half. A year and a half of grinding, getting up, learning a skill set. I became a broadcast engineer, a radio technician. So basically, when I go on location, I'm the reason you hear it over the radio. When they're in the club, I set that up so you hear that broadcast on. And I learned that skill set in Atlanta at Streets 945. But I got my beginnings at WHCJ because they allowed me to be me. They taught me, and they allowed me to come in and really any idea you had, as long as it made sense, they would allow you to get a radio slot. But it had to make sense, and you had to present it in the right way. How did working at WHCJ shape your personal and professional journey? Well, as I stated, I actually went into radio later in life after doing a couple of jobs here and there, and then looking at life and wanting to do something that I was passionate about. I took a shot in it. So I went back, did this certification thing to just brush off the cobwebs and then get opportunities. I know they had ends with radio stations, and just so happened the guy liked me because I didn't pay for the thing where they would actually help you get the internship. I actually had to go get it myself, but what he did was tell me about the opportunity at Streets 945. So what I did was I applied for it. I went in. I did my absolute best. I went in and tried to take their heads off in that interview to prove I was the best intern in the room. Funny enough, I was sitting next to the promotions director and didn't even know it. He was in there playing us. He had 2 former interns or interns that were going at the time to run the interview. So I never even know who he was, but I think he was just impressed. And I was literally older than pretty much everybody in the room. So technology-wise, I was behind. But I knew how to make up in other areas. I already knew stuff of how to put together and research shows, go for the top blog sites. These are things that I already learned. So these are skill sets I learned and honed at WHCJ. Right in that studio, right when you first come to campus, right there. That's where I learned that, man. That was the breeding ground for me. And it turned into me having a job in radio. And then, real talk, I actually just started going back. I'm not full-time or anything, but I'll go back and do broadcast engineering. And, like, I get, like, called back to help out right now. I literally just did an event 2 nights ago. So yeah. That was my experience, man. WHCJ, thank you. Mr. Carter, I cannot tell you what you did for me, man. Like, to see an older black man and you took me in, rough around the edges the whole nine. You ain't really judged me. You let me be me, but you showed me, responsibility. And, you weren't always cool with the hip-hop stuff, but you let us be us. And, it was a great experience. So thank you for everything. Lady Grace, I can't thank you enough. You kept us in line. We tried not to give you gray hairs. I'm not sure. I think we both, my beard and your, what you got up here, we racing for gray hairs. Kids did this. I'm sorry for, doing that to you. But thank you for being a friend, somewhat of a mentor. So thank you for being you. You've always been kind, and you my dog. And to finish this off, to my dog, my day one in radio, Mr. Will Martin. You my dog. Thank you for everything you taught me. Now you are imparting your wisdom on the next generation and eventually my son. He'll be there. So you got the future in your hands, and he's ready to come in there. He's coming to WHCJ when he gets on campus. We've already talked about it. And so he's going to be in there helping out and learning and grinding. So thank you guys for everything. I am where I am today due in part to that station and Savannah State. So thank you guys. Peace. Oh, yeah. Congratulations on turning 50. Let's get another 150 in there.